Hey you guys, this God is Diamonds.
I'm Naya.
Ricky.
And you're here with us vibe with me.
Okay.
You're tuning in to vibe with me. Sorry. So, you doing your quote today first?
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a quote, and then I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Interpret it in your own words, and then I'm gonna say my share. Let me find it. Okay. It says, "A man who always considers how much he has more than he wants." Oh, I'm sorry. A man should always consider how much he has more than he wants.
What is it? Say it again one more time.
A man should always consider how much he has more than he wants.
Right.
It helps him balance ambition with greed, because those two things could get confused. Because you can want more money and you can already have a lot.
It's a real good point.
And I feel like it means don't be greedy. You know, appreciate the things that you got right now, and then don't worry about what's to come. Just appreciate what's here and now.
I think that it's not just greed, and it's like you may not be a greedy person, but you may want more, but that doesn't make you greedy. It's just saying that you still need to look at what you have in life and be grateful for what you do have instead of always wanting more. Not necessarily being greedy, but just appreciating what you got.
So, how was you guys' day today?
I've been good.
Right.
And it's stupid hot outside.
I love it.
I hate it.
How are you, Ricky?
I haven't gotten any sleep. I got 1 hour of sleep. I went to work at 5 o'clock in the morning.
This is your first time on here, you know. How you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah.
1 hour of sleep? That's tough. That's
That
real
is.
tough. I wouldn't be able to function right now. I would be so mad at everybody right now.
I'm surprised.
That you functioning?
Because when I pulled up here, my whole attitude was off. I got out the car bro.
You just want to go to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I don't want nothing. Just want some sleep.
Yeah. So, your hair's looking cute, Naya. Got your little gray and purple and dark.
I would say the same for you, but I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You're funny.
Oh yeah, you looking nice.
Anyways.
Looking great.
Naya.
You
I'll just take the compliment.
I just complimented you back. You're welcome. So let's talk
welcome.
about
what I'm going to be talking about every week. I'm going to promote a new black-owned business every week. And this week, I'm going to stick with what I know. And this black-owned business is called the Hoover Academy. The Hoover Academy is owned by Baba Amin of Fort Worth, Texas. It's a private school. It's an African-centered education private school, which is home-based, and it teaches the black kids all the basic courses that they need to learn, as well as giving them knowledge of self, knowing who they were past slavery. Also, I'm on their website right now. The Hoover Academy is a pre-K through 12 private homeschool cooperative made up of families that believe that the most effective way to unlock a young African's potential is teach him/her how to look the world through an African lens. You guys can look at more information about the private school that's based in Fort Worth, Texas at www.ahuru, which is spelled UHURU academy.com. Again, www.ahuruacademy.com. And so that's gonna jump us to our topic today. Our topic is what is it like growing up in a pro-black community? The pros and cons. Anybody like to start?
So y'all want to start with the pros or the cons?
We can start with the pros.
Yeah, start with the pros.
I was gonna say we could start negative and happy, but okay, start happy and negative. That works too. All right. No, it's okay. So, what's some pros y'all got?
First, let's what's it like being in a pro-black community? Then we can What's it like?
So, I'll start. It's a very enlightened environment, and it's like you can just feel the happiness off of people when you know more about yourself and you know like where you came from, and that it's not just like almost like we just have this black sad story as like black people, like it's just a sad story. We came from slavery, like knowing that there's so much more to us and that we're so much bigger than what the world gives us credit for it's a beautiful thing, and that's what I'm gonna say.
What about you, Ricky?
I mean, it's interesting, it's unique, and more times than not, it's kind of stressful because I'm always trying to teach somebody something, not necessarily teach, but like let them know something, and then it's like it goes completely over their head, and it's like, why can't you get it?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm doing something wrong, and it's like doing what I know.
You're just not grasping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very bad feeling. I know that one.
For me, it's like I love it. Like I love like being in the black community, and also it's frustrating because it's like you know, like you're aware of yourself, and then you see your friends that's not aware, and it's just like certain things they say, you're not on that level, you don't think that way no more, and it's like real frustrating. And then if you try to teach them, they'll like, you know, catch attitudes or whatever and be like, nobody got time for that. So it's like, but I love it. I love the positivity. I love how our people come together. I love how we can like throw events and have fun. And we're like super creative. Like we're super creative, and I just love it. The black community is dope.
I think with like teaching people who, like you said, like have that mindset if they don't want to learn it, I think those are things that like you just gotta pick and choose your battles. Like if someone not like giving you the vibe that they're interested, then I'm not even finna waste my time, because at the end of the day you gonna make me mad because you don't want to hear what I have to say. But like it's a lot of people who do want to know, and those are the stressful ones, because when they first start off they're so eager, and so like they just want to learn, and he's like, yo,
there's questions on top
I get
of questions
that you like really interested, but you gotta chill out. Like you can't sit here asking me every 5 seconds about something new. Or like they have a tendency to, when they first start learning their history, you see it a lot with people, they have a whole lot of anger towards white people when they first starting out, because they're just like, oh, they did all this to us and they took all this away from us and they took credit for all of this, and so they get really angry with white people. And that's where like the stress comes in, because you have to try to teach them like, okay, there's bad ones, but then there's also good. It's good and evil in like all different cultures, so you can't say majority of them are all the same way, because not all of them are the same person.
Yeah, because I feel like
go. You good.
I feel like the purpose is to stop hate, and when you first, most times when you first start learning, it's like I wouldn't necessarily say hatred, but it's like
a real strong
dislike.
Yeah, real powerful dislike. Because I had it bad.
I feel like that's like how like when you like beginning to wake up, that's like the first reaction that, oh, you hate, like you're mad. You're not necessarily hate them, it's like you're mad at the white people for, you know, because you're discovering everything that they've hidden from you, you know, that's been hidden from you. So it's not like a hate towards them, it's like, you know, you're angry, and you just like angry that you didn't know all of this stuff before then. So I just feel like that's like a first step in getting woke up. It's like you're angry, you want to go out there and you want to go do stuff, and then later on comes the like, you know, where you level-headed, you know. It's just, but that's just like the first step until waking up. Like you're angry because you're figuring out all this stuff, and it's like, you know, they don't teach this in public school. They don't teach, you know, I didn't learn none of this, and so it's like you're angry. So that's what I feel like the first step. But our pros that we have for being up in the pro-black community is the one, you know, Ricky says, knowledge. You know, a pro that's being in the black community growing up is you learn so much knowledge.
Yeah.
You want to explain that?
Yeah, with the knowledge. When I first started like learning about these things, I wasn't necessarily I wasn't a pro-black person before, but I always like to learn stuff. So when I started finding out stuff that pertains specifically to me or where I came from, it's like, whoa, I really want to learn this stuff. And then that knowledge, at a certain point, you get this small superiority complex, and it's like, I gotta back off. Not necessarily me feeling that because you can't feel like, oh, you better, but then you gotta come back down to earth, like you were just like that at one point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you see that a lot of people when like they're first starting out, and then you give them, okay, so for example, I had one friend, I'm not going to say her name, but I had one friend who, when she met me, I introduced her to like the black community. Well, not really introduced it, because every black person to some extent knows something about their culture. Every black person knows a little bit of something, but she learned more whenever she met me. And when she like learned a decent amount of information, she kind of had this attitude towards other kids of like, well, I know this that you don't know, and it's like, you can't really treat them like that because you were just in their footsteps like not too long ago. And it's not necessarily their fault, it's just no one has really took the time to show them the way. So like, you can't really like judge somebody because you learned something that you were never taught before. So like, it's not their fault that they don't know, basically.
Yeah. And also another thing of the pro is better self of who you are, better self identity of who you are. And I feel like that's very important, because you know what they've been teaching is like, they tell us that our history started when slavery started. So you don't know what's before then, like who you were before then and what your ancestors were represented before then. So it's like when you find that out, it's like you treat yourself more better. And you know, you're aware that certain words towards you do not really like mean like shouldn't be towards you. Like, you treat yourself highly, I should say. Like, you know, you're aware of who you are.
Your self-esteem is better.
Yeah.
When you gain that awareness. Yeah, I agree, because I feel like if the average girl were to know her history, she probably wouldn't treat herself the way that she treats herself right now. She wouldn't allow people to disrespect her in the way that she does right now, because she would be like, I know where I come from, I know that I'm greater than this, and I'm not going to accept anything less. So I feel like that's a true statement, and it makes you a whole lot happier, like to be black.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, I know that we the most amazing race on this planet. Like, no other race can really top like what we've done, like as far as history goes. And so it sets like a whole new meaning to being a black person once you really learn about your history.
And it's like, we're very diverse, and you learn that you come from kings and queens, and it's like, you didn't know this, and it's still kings and queens I'm learning about. I only know like a couple, and it's just like, it's amazing how all these dynasties that we had in these empires, and just learning like little things like how they built the pyramid. No one knows. Like, that's the great mystery. Like, how did they build the pyramid? You know, it's a lot of theories out there on how they built it, but no one until this day figure out exactly how they put those pyramids together.
When you say that, I feel like learning about our past is vital, because I think that one of the vital pieces to focus on is where those empires failed, so that it's like, where could we improve?
Right.
Because every empire is going to fall one day.
Yeah.
And if you go and find all the great empires, the first ones, which were in Africa, go find them and find all of their flaws, and then it's like, okay, well, let's see what we could do to build on this. Not as like a whole empire, but it's like personalities, like, because each flaw, like, empires are run by people, and the flaws within empires come by the flaws of a person that was running that certain part.
Right.
So if you could like be like, okay, if I teach my child this way, maybe later on down the road they could teach other people to start thinking this way. And if you can teach someone to think a different type of way. Isn't like brainwashing, but it's like
Helping,
thinking differently.
Yeah.
improving.
Expanding.
It's like a chain reaction. So
Yeah.
who knows what could happen in like
It change all the future generations.
30 years from now, or 30
That's
years after
that's
we're gone.
really all it is. Is like the future generations. Their foundation is the generation before them, and so if, like for instance, our generation right now, we don't really have the best mindset going for us. Like, well, the average child doesn't. A lot of kids do, and shout out to us who do, but a lot of us don't. They have really horrible mindsets, and so then if it's younger generations coming up before us, and we're their role models, because when you're younger, everyone looks up to the teenagers. It's not the parents, it's not the grown-ups, it's the teenagers. So the future generations' mindsets are based off of the generation before them, and so that's why the world is like this right now. It's because of mindsets changing, and that's really like how the whole world is run. Like social media changed everyone's mindset. Really, it had a big impact on people's mindsets.
Also, another pro that we came up with was seeing the black love in the community. It just like excites me how like it's so beautiful how we come together and we wear our little African garments or whatever that represent us, and it's just like seeing all the black love is like extra beautiful. What y'all feel? What y'all think?
I think love itself is beautiful. Cause like I could go on for hours because when I hear the word love, it's like it's a word, and then it's like
Right.
It's a word. It's an emotion.
Yeah.
It's
deeper than an emotion.
It's love is like the root of life, really.
Because emotions are like chemical. I feel like love is more of a spiritual type thing. That's why it's so difficult to explain. So I don't even try.
Like there's no real, like you can't define love. Like what is love? You can't really define it. It's just deep. Like you can't even really go there.
The closest thing, like whenever I think about love, I think about gravity. It's like we know that things that are bigger draw things together. We don't know exactly what it is, but we know what it does.
Yeah.
You feel gravity when it's there. It's like love. You can't necessarily calculate it and be like, this is exactly what makes it happen. But when this person gets around this person, they start feeling it some type of way. It's like that.
That's great.
And I really feel like this is something that our generation really needs to understand is you can't want love from another individual if you can't love yourself. And I feel like that's like a real problem right now, and it's understandable because it's like we're young, so a lot of us are still trying to find how to love ourselves and like still finding ourselves, and that's understandable. But you can't seek love if you can't love yourself, because if you never have that love for yourself, you can't expect anyone to have anything more for you if you don't have it for yourself. And I feel like that's a big role in like with the black community. It helps a lot with that because, like I said, when you learn your history, you have a whole different viewpoint on life in general. And either for the better or for the worse, that's up to you. But if you choose it for the better, then it can also improve your self-love, which improves black love, because once you love yourself, then you can love others, because you can't even love others if you can't love yourself. And I feel like that's a really like big part in black love.
Yeah.
We
So
get that growing up knowing yourself. Make the connection.
Growing up.
Okay, well, growing up knowing my history school is like horrible growing up when you know your history. School is just like so difficult because the worst class possible is history. That is the worst class ever when you growing up knowing yourself and you get put in those history classes. Every day I'm gonna get into it with the teacher respectfully, but I'm gonna check you because you're not gonna lie to these kids. And it's so hard because it's they leave out information, and so it goes all through me, because it's like, dang on well that's not the truth. And then, like, when I was in 8th grade, I had a teacher who he tried to justify slavery to the class, and he told the class that the Europeans needed help over here, and so they went over to Africa and got some help. And I raised my hand and I was like, we didn't help them. I said they forced us to work. I said we didn't get paid for anything. He said, the Africans enslaved themselves too. And I said, yeah, but they had indentured servants. I said that's the way that they went over there. They didn't beat us and brand us, change our names, change our mindsets. I said that's a completely different story. So it's so much harder being in school, knowing your history, but then it's also it makes it a great experience for you as a person, because it's like I get to help all these other kids who are in these public schools. I get to help change their mindsets, and when a teacher is wrong, I can respectfully correct them and help these other kids at the same time, and then help these kids want to learn about themselves.
And also that comes to me, like when I was in college, this was business speech, and I got into it with a white kid because we had presentations about, I think we chose our presentations what we wanted to talk about, and I was talking about, what was I talking about? Oh, African civilization. And so I was talking about that, and at the end of my presentation, the whole time my presentation, it's like this one white kid, redneck dude, the whole time I was in my presentation, he was reading the book the whole time. And I was like, everybody else is looking at me while I'm doing my presentation on African civilization, throwing in, different types of dynasties and everything. And he's reading the book. So he has the nerve after the whole presentation to put the book down and then argue with me about what I just did in my presentation. And so he's telling me like, oh well, Africans, they weren't the only slaves, and he's trying to argue with me about my history and talk about, well, Mexicans are enslaved, who's doing that? Mexicans were slaves. And so me and him going back and forth, and I'm telling him like, no one's been in slavery like bad as the Africans. Mexicans, yeah, they probably had their issues, but no one had it hard than black people. Like, no one had it hard, and he just tried to argue me down, and that was like real frustrating because I'm trying to keep my composure, and when I'm like in a heated conversation, my body like get hot, and it just like I just want to like, I don't know, I feel super angry, and I don't know, just that anger just like how you gonna tell me, like I just hate when people try to argue me down, like how you gonna tell me what I know? And first of all, you're white, you don't know anything about my history. Like the fact that you're talking about trying to justify other people being in slavery and trying to brush it off like, oh well, y'all didn't really have it that bad because Mexicans were in slavery and stuff like that, that really made me mad. And on top of that, you were reading a book the whole time I was doing my presentation, and then you're the only one that want to argue back and forth after my presentation. That just really made me mad. So
when it comes to like arguments with white people, I think that those are the times where you just gotta, because white people, they're conquerors.
Right.
That's in their DNA. They conquer stuff. No matter what you say, you can bring up any fact. It's not going to change their mind because their DNA is we took over the planet.
Right.
They're superior.
Exactly. That's how they feel. So and that's another thing about the whole black. There can never really be a whole white pride type thing. What you mean?
Exactly.
You don't have to force yourself to be proud of anything, because you just gotta wake up and go look at the planet. You rule everything. But with black people, we gotta go find pride, because it's like, dang, what we got to be proud of?
Yeah.
I mean, they done took that. They done took the place where we came from. They done took the communities. They done all types of everything's messed up. So you gotta go find things to be proud of.
Yeah.
So it's like with white people, it's like
alright.
Alright.
I don't even, when it comes to conversations, like, those conversations is just like, I know you really finna push me. If I go there, okay, you won. Because I'm not even finna waste my time, because some people, they feed off of that, like, They want to see you get mad, and they know dang on what if they wrong, but they just want to do it just to see you get mad because they enjoy that. And those be the conversations where it's just like, it's not even worth it. Because at the end of the day, we know what we did, and deep down inside, he know what we did too. And so it's just those conversations where it's just like, I'm gonna just let you have it.
But it's like you can't let them have, because like they want to know everything. I mean, they want to like be right about everything. It's like you gotta. I'm learning to have an argument on the intelligent levels to control my anger so I won't like burst out like angry and stuff like that. So I'm like learning to have arguments that's like where I can defeat them on a very intelligent, calm way.
It's a generational thing. You got to think about the black community.
Right.
We recently just got out of slavery. So our mindset's a difference. Their mindset's been like that for thousands of years. So it's just passed down. That's why it's kind of easier for black people to be like, okay, hey, there's something more, because this whole mindset that we have, this is new. We just got done being slaves.
Right.
Just got done. I'm more than sure they got people alive now that have experienced slavery. They don't have white people alive now that was when they was taking over like over in the East Indies or whatever. They don't have people alive now that was over here when they was coming over here enslaving, bringing over people to Jamaica, Brazil, Portugal, the silver mines, all of that stuff. But as far as this mindset that we have now, this is new.
Right.
So you can't. I know this is old. This is a real old saying, but you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's like that, and it's not that they're an old person. It's just an old mindset.
Right.
It's thousands of years imprinted into their head. That's why they're so proud. That's why we're trying to start this now. This whole black pride thing. Because if you could do this, and it keeps going, then later on, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell us nothing. Just like can't nobody tell white people nothing.
Right.
Because it's in their DNA.
And they're gonna always think like, what we went through is not that bad. They're gonna always think that. And so it's just, yeah, you're right. Like, you gotta let it go sometimes. But then
some of them it's just like you gotta pick and choose your battles wisely. Like if I can see that that I'm right, but you still sitting here trying to argue with me, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna say my piece and I'm gonna say all of it, and if you're still trying to argue afterwards, I'm gonna just let it go, because at the end of the day, I said what I have to say, and if you don't change your mind, then that's on you, and I can't force you to change your mind. I'm gonna just say what I gotta say respectfully, and then after that, I'm done, because if I continue, I'm gonna get mad, and then we just gonna be arguing.
And with what you were saying about they saying what we went through not that bad. Every human has a conscience. That's their conscience trying to talk. That's them trying to be like right their wrongs, basically.
Right.
They've been trying to do that forever. Like with the Native Americans. Oh, we didn't kill them. It was disease. No, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Like it's like that. Every human has a conscience. So they still go try to like somewhere in their head convince themselves that what they did was okay. That's why they do that. Just like when you were a little kid, if you take something from the store. I was hungry. You knew you should, like deep down you knew you shouldn't have did it, but it's like you was hungry. So you try to right that wrong in your head so that nobody could tell you anything about it. It's the same thing with them. It's a generational thing.
Right.
It's in their head.
And they've never been held accountable for their actions. Like you gotta think about that. Like they've caused the most destruction on this planet out of all the other races. But after everything that they've done, like the big stuff, they never really got punished for it. Like whoever really got punished for slavery? Nobody, exactly. And that was like the biggest like Holocaust massacre that ever occurred in history, and they never got punished. So with that type of mindset, like I understand why kids grow up with like thinking that they superior, because if you get taught that history throughout your life, like at some point you're gonna learn that slavery occurred, but then you think about it, it's like we never really got punished. We've done all this, we've never really got punished, and we're still on top. Like they're still in control of a whole lot. We in control of some stuff, our small individual things, and I mean we got some people in big seats, but not really, not compared to white people. So if you think about that and how they've caused so much destruction, but they've never really got punished, and they still on top, you gotta see how they got that superiority mindset on them.
And the reason that they like that is because they they mastered something that in Africa, like black people they weren't greedy. Like they mastered trade. Like despite what people may think, like when people be like the world is run by corporations,
Right.
people say that and don't know how to defend it. What that means is the way the world has always been run is by whoever has the most, like whoever can trade the best is the most successful.
Right.
The corporations are the people that trade. White people master trade. It's not money, it's resources. Why do you think the United States hasn't just said, you know what, we done with the Middle East, let's just drop a nuke over? Because it's because of oil. If they got a call from Alaska saying, oh, we got more oil than them, and they just run out of oil, the war's gonna be over. They go, all right, let's pull out the troops. We have no use of that land. Why do you think they dropped the first nuclear bomb on Japan? Japan doesn't have any resources. Why do you think they doing all this technology stuff?
Right.
It's like that. Where was I going with this? Basically, white people mastered. Yeah, they mastered trade.
Yeah.
That's why they're so successful. They took the resources. Whoever has the resources has the power.
Right.
That's why they have the power.
They really set the game up early on, so that way it would be nothing but a smooth ride for them. And they set it up to where they had no option but to come out on top.
And
they really some masterminds with it. Like,
and I
don't appreciate it at all, but y'all really mastered it.
And another way of growing up, it's like you know what's owed to you. You know, like you deserve more in life, and just being the things that you have now, you appreciate it, but it's like it's not enough. It's like, they'll give us, they giving us, let's see, government assistance or whatever, and it's like it's not enough. It's like we want what was taken from us. We want what is owed. And the fact that majority, a lot of black people, you see, they're okay with it. They're okay with what they have now, and they're just like, we're just gonna go with the flow. But it's like what that, being pro-black, what they took from you, and you just I don't know, you just want it back. And just knowing everything that's been taken is just really stressful.
But we'll never really they'll never really be able to repay anyone for what they've done to anyone. Any race in general, because it's like y'all did so much, and y'all aren't apologetic at all. Like, even if y'all did give us our reparations like y'all said y'all would, at the end of the day, it don't really matter, because y'all still aren't sincere, and you're still proving that you're not, because we still have race issues to this day by y'all. So even if y'all did give it back, it's like, if they give us the reparations tomorrow, it's like, all right, that's cool. But just yesterday, a cop just shot another black kid. Another black kid just went to jail for something that shouldn't have been as major. And it's so many different things that are still occurring where it's like, y'all will never really truly be sorry. Like, no matter what y'all did, y'all can never really prove that y'all are really sincerely apologetic for all that you have put us through.
But I feel like the community, we not looking for, we passed the point to where we want y'all to say sorry. Like, we don't want y'all to say, what's that gonna do for us? Oh, we're sorry for all the stuff that we've done.
I'm not saying literally say sorry.
No, I'm not saying you said that. I'm just saying, we're not looking for, I think we're past the point to where we want them to be apologetic. We want our own stuff. If you just give us a little something, then we can take that and we can run with it and we can build for ourselves.
That's not the vocabulary of somebody that conquers things. Give? Nah. You got to think about it. Black people are in a real difficult position because, look, can't really be violent.
Right.
Can't be peaceful.
Yeah.
What can you do? It's like, you can't be violent because, let's say that every black person in America said, okay, let's build the army, the United States Army. That's not going to work. Then you got, okay, let's be peaceful. Not going to work because it's not going to get anything done.
You're not taking it serious.
Exactly. A bunch of black people got together and marched somewhere. I see you, I still don't care.
Yeah.
It's like that.
They'll never care.
So it's like we got not to say take it, but we gotta like just make it our way. Like, basically take it, cause
not even that. It's like, but the other option is also hard too. Make your own, like Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They made their own.
And they just
see
got
where
destroyed.
see where they ended up. It's like
whatever we do, it's like they're gonna try to like knock us back down. So I mean, we gotta like come harder.
We gotta be creative.
Yes, we
But
gotta
here's the thing: is they did that because they want our money. They still want us depending on them because we feed into their pocketbooks. But if you don't spend your money with them, we the biggest consumers out here.
True.
So if we didn't spend our money with them, then they would be in a way worse position than they are right now. So, okay, let's say we did build our own. They shut it down. The thing is building your own, you need to know, okay, they gonna come after us. They gonna try to stop us. So that means that if we gotta have like some underground shops that don't nobody know about and keep stuff stashed to where they're not gonna see it, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if we really serious about it, and people have been saying it for years, is hit them where it hurts, which is their pocketbooks, their money, because that's the biggest impact that we're gonna have on them. And so if everyone was really serious about it, then it could be done.
Yes, it
like
could.
people are afraid to do that.
But people just don't want to miss out on
And
the newest shoes, the newest
saying.
clothes.
No, it's not even that. Black people got tricked
It's just
real
scared.
bad.
They're
Think
scared.
about investments. All them 401k things that they just started giving black people, hey, you should do this.
Right.
That's investing into more white people. Yeah, you go get some money back, but they still building their corporations and companies. So that was like one of the biggest tricks that was smart. That was a creative move.
Right.
Like because white people aren't stupid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. They're really masterminds when it comes to
Business.
building their businesses.
Yeah.
They masterminds, and they so good at it. And then they set their kids up for success too. Like they start before them kids even born. They got funds set up for college, for everything. Like white people are really, really strategic, and it's like if you pay attention to their moves and you figure out how they do it, we could master that.
Yeah.
Cause we really smart. It's not that we're not capable. Exactly. It's not that we're not capable of it. It's just we just not serious enough yet. And once we get to that point where we're serious enough, they can't really stop us after that. Because we outnumber them any given day.
And what you was like when we got to stop spending our money, it's like we're scared. I mean, they're scared to just like black people like scared to like stop spending it. Like if we stop spending it and just have all these businesses that will replace what they will be missing if they start spending it. Open up our own grocery stores. You got the Mexicans got their grocery stores and all that stuff like that. If we start doing that, then there wouldn't be no fear of stop spending money with the white people. We're not gonna get the luxuries and lights and stuff like that. So we gotta
really
open
we don't want to be without what we got right now.
Yeah.
And I understand it because I don't necessarily want to have to. I may want to go get some shoes from a department store that I like, and it's like, oh, but that's white owned, so I can't. So I understand that it's some people, and it's just like it's some things that I just like that I just don't want to have to give up. Yeah. But some things, if you really serious about it, you gotta make that sacrifice. Yeah. But you can just see that we there, but we ain't pushing it to the extremes yet. Because if we was really serious about it, another thing is it's too many separate black communities. Like, it shouldn't be a black community right here, then go around the corner, okay, here's another, and then, okay, go out to Dallas, here's one. Like, it should be one store. You go to one store, oh, well, did you hear about the one that they got over here? Okay, here's some flyers for this one over here. Like, we're not promoting our own. And that's a real issue, because if we all about black love, black empowerment, and everybody want everyone to do everything, if you're really serious about it, then you need to promote your brothers and sisters too.
And I feel like it's also that, and it's also like religious type, like you got all these type of black religious and stuff like that, like the Nawabians, 5%, Islam and stuff. And even though we do come together sometimes, but it's like it's kind of in a way of that, we don't come together like we're supposed to. We don't come together like we need to be. Not it's just for like a tragic or something like that. We don't come together like on a regular basis and like trade with each other.
Well, No, it's some that do. There's some that do just show up and just, they will have events and different cultures will come out or different religions will come out. It's all about, it's just discrimination even within the black community, which everything has its flaws. Schools have their flaws, businesses have their flaws, and communities have their flaws. And that's just one of ours, is just, we do sometimes discriminate based off of different religions, which has nothing to do with the black community, but that's just the way that it is, which would be a kind of, we discriminate against religions. It's not right, but that's what it is. It has nothing to do with they don't show up, because people do show up. I've seen a Christian, a Muslim, a 5%er, different. I know I'm saying, like, they will come together on good terms, not just bad terms. They get together for Kwanzaa, get together for all different types of stuff, but it needs to be better.
And so,
okay, we're gonna take a break, come back, talk some more.
Nubia. It's something special. Sit back and listen. There's something special to me. Yeah. This one's for you. You gave me a reason to chant. You are the reason I stand strong. Whenever I fall, you been the one I can land on. But ever since fall, I love's been shine like a sandstorm. I know I was wrong, but you kept singing the same song about what we can't afford. I ignore what they hate me for. I fell asleep on the shore where I can't escape the poor. Lifestyle where they hated more. I know I might fail, but mama, I'm not afraid of loss. So if it's a price to pay, it's time that I pay the cost. Like these are my faded thoughts. I love you like the soulmate of my sacred heart. One love. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain, family matters in the world never change. I love you, mama, I do. I love you, mama, I do. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain, family matters in the world never change. I started off with just the ice in my veins, now I got ice in my chain. Family matters in the world never change. It don't matter how the wind blow, you stay down like 10 toes. You taught me family matters like Jaleel White and Winslow. So even though my wind's low, I'm still a champ to you. The struggle is a journey that a hero must pursue. To activate his dreams and plans to make cream. Show the world one life, one love, and one team. For the girls from the 414 to race scene. You don't gotta be bees and hoes and be seen. You don't gotta be down the fuck at 16 or a queen. It's a girl who fought no God's lead. Straight up. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain, family matters in the world never change. I love you, mama, I do. I love you, mama, I do. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain, family matters in that world never change. I started off with just the ice in my veins, now I got ice in my chain. Family matters in that world never change. I said, family matters. I pick apart the broken pieces in the words you're speaking. Recognize the vibe I'm feeding in these written thesis. Yeah, you know the white man will keep the vulture eating. But you know that Leo season keeps coach breathing. So it don't matter how many of y'all think I'm the greatest of my generation. I'm still a neighborhood favorite. The whole hood waving cause they understood Caleb when he had the all even with the sides tapered. Now my eyes slow. Asian basketball deflated, still dream chasing. Face it. It's time to say goodbye. SoundCloud, Spotify's waiting on. Through the sun and rain, the joy and pain. Family matters in that would never change. I love you, mama.
I miss you, baby.
I love you, mama.
Where I do.
And we're back.
Once again. So we gon' this is Vibe with me. So we gon' go ahead and wrap up this discussion. Everybody can get that one little piece before we wrap it up. Talk about the moral of the story with the black community.
Well, growing up in the pro-black community has been great to me. Personally, it has been great, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me in my life, and I love it. And there's many more doors to come, and it's had me expand my mindset and the way I think in life. What about y'all?
Your whole life is a mind game. Think smarter. That's how you be successful.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Stay black. Black love is black power.
Black power.
And that's how I'm gonna wrap that one up.
What's up?
And we're gonna talk about some music for the last
15 minutes.
15 minutes of the show. We're gonna start off with, okay, who got the best album right now? Who got the best album out right now?
It's between Kendrick and Drake.
I would
Kendrick
say
and Drake.
JID, Black, or do y'all know who any of those people are?
I know Black. I know JID.
No.
No, I know who that is.
Well, JID, Black, and it's another dude.
Y'all know him.
We do?
Yeah. Why, nigga?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jadena?
No.
That's not who you talking about?
No.
Let me get back to
I was like, Jadena? Yeah, I know Jadena.
But I say Black, JID, and Kendrick, of course.
Yeah, of course, Kendrick. Jadena has a good album out.
I'm gonna say between J. Cole. No, I'm sorry, not J. Cole. Between Kendrick Lamar and Big Sean. Because I honestly feel like Big Sean's album got slept on because right after he dropped his album, Drake dropped his album, and then Kendrick dropped his album. So his album just like got pushed over. But his album is really good.
Right.
And I think...
Childish Gambino. Oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
People not really listening to his album either. They not really listening to his album because he got some good music.
But when you hear it, people can't deny that they love it. Like if somebody hear it, they not gonna change it, but they may not go look for it. But
Redbone showed the world that everybody got a vibe.
Yeah.
Everybody like it. I think I want Chance to drop another album. Cause he been coming out with some hits, and I'm really mad that people are just now like really listening to his music. Cause he been in the game for a minute, and he just now getting his credit. But his old music is forever better than his new music to me.
I've known about him ever since he did the music with Justin Bieber. That's when I know about him.
He done been in the game for a minute. I'm talking about my whole summer. All I did was listen to acid rap.
love that album.
Best mixtape. I think first and foremost, Kanye is not crazy. I have to say that.
He's not. He's going through issues. Okay. Everyone goes through issues.
he really. If you watch the video, y'all seen the video of the rant that he had at the concert? You seen it?
What?
The rant that he had at the concert.
What you talking about with Kid Cudi?
No, he just like
when he was shouting out Kid Cudi.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So right after that, they had took him to the asylum.
Yeah.
Talking about he crazy.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
They took him to
Yeah.
the asylum?
Saying
My boy
that
to the asylum.
saying that what he was saying was crazy and they took him to the asylum. But if you listen to what he's saying to somebody, please tell me where he was crazy. Because all he did was say, he was saying, he was calling out the radio, and he said F the radio because they're not really playing the artists who really good out here. Like, they only playing Drake, and
that's why people are saying,
that's about it. It's just Drake.
That's why a lot of like older people are saying, "Oh, this generation music is bad." No, it's not. 2017, done some of the dopest artists done really started booming.
We are like, it's so, the music is so creative right now, and like they're not getting their credit because they underground artists. Like, if you, I guarantee you, if the radio was playing SoundCloud rappers right now, the radio will be completely different from what it is right now. But they pushing their own agenda because it's all a game. They pushing what they want us to hear. Like, y'all want us to listen to nothing but trap music, and so then that's all they're gonna play. So that's all people gonna listen to because whatever on the radio is what's popping. So that's what all the kids listen to.
They want us to continue to live those stereotypes that they give us.
But music is a lifestyle. Like, your day-to-day playlist determines your day-to-day attitude. Like, if all you listen to is trap music,
That's
but
how you think.
after like a month of listening to nothing but trap music, you're gonna have a little mentality like that. And so then y'all call us wild, but that's all the music that you pushing. That's all y'all showing is how we just wild. So that's what y'all gonna get. But we're not even really wild. We just want to have fun, but y'all don't have anywhere for us to go to have fun. So then it looks wild. But they ain't got nothing for teenagers to do right now. They closed down everything.
That list done became kind of boring, but I like it though. But it's starting to.
Arlington it's kind of boring.
Oh, the photo is extremely boring. I'm not even talking about
It's you gotta travel to find something to do to have fun that's still considered productive, and that's the issue. It's not like things nearby for kids to go to do something and still have fun with themselves.
It's not just like a spot. Like, you see all them older movies where like it's always
There was like hangout spots, like arcades and stuff. Like, we don't really have none of that. Like, what we got?
What really don't have that is Fort Worth though. Fort Worth is
Arlington doesn't have it at all. Like, Arlington doesn't have anything.
Dead.
Like, if you want to have fun,
Well,
you can go to the
Arlington's
gym.
about to start a teen scene on Wednesday nights at Brick House. We open up the club for teens.
DeSoto has a Walmart. That is the most fun.
Walmart.
Everybody meet up at a Walmart.
Hey, Walmart go hard though. I got kicked out of a Walmart out in Crowley.
Yep, she did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was skating out there. That was fun. That was fun though. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta have fun, but it's not always the right way to have fun, and that's the issue. Cause they not giving us somewhere for us to go to have fun and do what we want to do. Like, okay, we got the Doc Bookshop. That's cool, but that's out in Fort Worth and Meadowbrook. Like, I gotta take a drive if I want to go there. Like, and no arcades, no hangout spots. You go to Starbucks, go to the gym. That's about it.
I mean, but we will make our way though. We gotta make our ways though.
Yes.
You know, make things that makes nothing into something. It's like, you know, we don't always like. We just gotta go somewhere and just chill or just plan stuff. We gotta make our own ways.
I know, but
to
that's
make
what
it
I'm saying.
And
That's what I'm saying is like, okay, I'm talking about for like the average everyday teen right now. Like, okay, we may know like some cultured places that we could go to hang out and have fun, but the average teen, where can the average teen go to really have fun?
Brick House Lounge on Wednesday nights.
Okay, but if we don't know about that, and if that hasn't started yet, where are we going? Everybody always throwing house parties, so that's where everybody gonna be. Everybody gonna go to a party because that's like the only place that kids really know that they can go to hang out is like a party.
It's like we make our fun.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And like, it can't always be a party for us to have fun. Like, that's what I'm saying. The issue is like, if we want to have fun, we think that we need to go to a party because we don't have no set buildings for us to go to.
I used to hang with that's my best friend. She, every time I hung with her, we always found something. Me and the people that we were with, we always found something to do. Like, we'll go to the lake. We'll go and, just chill and just look at the sunset and stuff. So there is stuff to do, but nowadays people just want to throw parties and pool parties and stuff like that and make it seem like it's just fun. But there's stuff like we can turn something into like nothing. Like, just go chill and vibe.
Meet some new people.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, if you let all of the DeSoto teenagers come into Arlington, we would turn y'all city lit.
Y'all would Fort Worth, because Fort Worth is dead.
Because it's like,
okay, well, we not in Fort Worth. We in Arlington, so we need to focus on making Arlington lit.
No,
so
Arlington.
Come to Arlington.
I'm from Fort Worth, so that's why I'm always I can be staying in Houston and still be trying to make Fort Worth. Be telling people, oh, yo, go to Fort Worth, like, because it's just.
I'm in Arlington right now, so I'm gonna just focus on Arlington, and then when I move somewhere else, then I'm gonna focus on that city. But
I'm focusing on
where
Fort
I'm at
Worth.
needs to get it
Fort
popping.
Worth needs to be popping.
Because I don't like Arlington. Okay, first off, y'all call yourselves Ag Town, which irritates
I'm
the
saying,
heck out of me.
when I
Y'all
first
are
saw
not
that,
good.
I saw
Ag
that the
Town,
other
that's so
day.
nasty.
wait, what?
Ag
Town.
AGG?
Yes.
AGG Town.
Yes.
What does
I
that
was
mean?
like,
Ag
what?
Town. Arlington,
Why?
they're trying so hard to
Trying to
make it
make it
hood. Talking
hood.
about on the east. No stop. No stop is what? By the Cowboy Stadium? Really?
Every city
Like, it's so
clowns.
not hood.
Every city clowns Arlington because like they trying to be so hood. I was like, what y'all gonna be hood from? From the north side? Like, what y'all? Like, come on
That's what
now.
I'm saying. Like, y'all be talking about on the east, but y'all ain't got no hoods.
Arlington is not hood, fam. Just like
The hoodest it get. They said the hoodest part of Arlington is by the Cowboy Stadium. That's the hoodest part, and you're by the Cowboy Stadium. How hood can you really get?
I like it over there.
Exactly, it's a nice hood area.
I know what they're talking
It's
about.
not hood. That's the problem. I'm telling you, it's all about what social media is pushing, and so they want everybody think that like being hood is cool. And being
until you
dumb
get-
is trending right now too. Like being dumb, the stupider you are, the cooler you are. Like you're seeing that like kids are making stupid videos and thinking that it's cool and it's funny, like just to do stupid stuff. And I don't understand, but that's trending, and that's why girls like they downplaying themselves and acting like they ain't smart or they ain't got common sense because they think it's cute, they think it's funny.
It's not.
At all. Because when you go out in the real world like that, you ain't getting a job for playing dumb. You gonna not get a job because you acting dumb.
But I mean, I don't know.
Okay. What you saying, Faye?
But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, it depends. Like, what type of hood you are. Like, you can be the stupid hood, like the hood that just wants to go and do drugs and stuff like that. Because people are hood, people are hood and stuff, and like
the hood that just want to go do drugs.
yeah, that type of hood is not cool. But being hood, it's not like we pick and choose to be hood. It's not like we picked like, oh, we want to, be. It's just something in our nature.
Yeah.
But the dumb hood, the dumb.
It's the hoods that don't. It's the hood
I'm
people
hood.
who don't want nothing for
And I'm
themselves
proud
but
to
to
be
be hood.
Because if they ever like seen some, like, you wouldn't even want to do that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
I done seen some dudes that like be in some stuff, and I'm like, dang, I don't want to be in that situation because I see you don't even want to be in the situation.
Right.
Why you think all of these rappers happy about getting money and
Right.
getting out? Why you think?
Exactly.
Why you
That's
think?
all they rap about is getting out and
Exactly. Why you
making
think Chief
it.
Keef moved to LA?
So hood can be like
Get out the hood.
That's the point. That's the goal.
Like
That's
see,
not
I'm
the goal.
okay with that type of hood person who like you in the hood, you know your situation, you know where you come from, but you just trying to have a better life for yourself. Like I appreciate that and I respect that. But it's the hood people who are fascinated with the hood and they don't want to do nothing but stay in the hood, or the hood people who y'all not hood but y'all trying to be hood. Those are the ones that drive me crazy because you're not hood but you want that life. But it's like if you really in that life, you don't want that life. No one wants to live in a hard situation unless you just got some real issues going on inside of you, which that's just a whole different story. But that's what I'm saying is like right now it's a lot of kids who they're not really hood. They just want that because they think that that's cool. It's getting glorified.
They want the mainstream hood.
Right? They don't want the real hood. They want the Quavo, the Migos.
Because they like
Young
they
Thug is
eating.
gay.
Yeah.
They eating the thing that they trying to portray. Like a lot of them
And I hate
They do
those,
what they do because they gotta eat.
and I hate those type of people though. Like it's just like you tell you from the hood and all that, but then you get big, you move away, you still talking about you still talking about your struggles from the hood, but yet you don't want to come back and you don't want to do nothing for it. You want to stay away at like you still want to rep your set, but you still like you want to like distance yourself. Like I don't like that. Like don't talk about it. Period. If you don't want to like you're not proud of your hood and everything, like don't talk about it. Don't still rep me because I don't want somebody that blow up. And you over here in Hollywood rapping about Fort Worth and our struggles, but yet you don't want to be a part. You don't want to come down here and be a part of us no more. Like keep like repping
it may be a little hard to be all the way down in Hollywood and still trying to be interacting with Fort Worth. Like I can't just pop up on y'all every weekend.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like people disown their hood.
It wasn't serious.
People disown their hood and stuff like that. Like they just move away and they forget what made them, because what made me like black men a whole bunch is the hood. Like I love hood boys, so it's just like that's what made me like love. So I'm not gonna like necessarily like down the hood because that's just what I am, and that just made me.
You just hood fake.
Yeah, I'm not hood, okay? I know I'm not hood, but I know I'm hood, and I'm not gonna like disown it, and that's just like what made me love my people,
They're from a tougher environment. Okay, well, this has been Vibe With Me. I'm sorry, I was swallowing some ice. This has been Vibe With Me. I'm Naya.
I'm Goddess Diamonds.
And I'm Ricky.
And next week we're going to talk about music, most likely, but it just might change. But most likely music. And y'all can catch us again next Tuesday between 6 or 7 to 8. And y'all have a great night.
Bye. Peace.
Hey. And this is that underground, that basement shit, Yeah, this for my little sister.